Whether you're born here or you're a naturalized U.S. citizen and a part of our ever-growing diverse family, equality is another big thing in America. If you are a different race or gender, you will still be treated equally and fairly. When you're an American, different is normal.
Out of 300 million people in America, only 59% is Caucasian. That's about half the people in America. This is all because of immigration. Every year, about 1 million people immigrate to America. This means every year, 1 million people come to America from many different places and cultures. But why do so many people come to America every year? Many immigrants come to America for the freedoms they don't have in their country. On the website, thegramblinight.com, it states, immigrants choose to come for various reasons, such as to live in freedom, to practice their religion freely, to escape poverty or oppression, and to make their lives better for themselves and their children. To explain further, a YouTube channel called Fusion tells more about the diversity in America in their YouTube video called The History of American Diversity.
America, in the past, present, and future. The United States has gotten increasingly diverse over the past 50 years. In 1965, the U.S. population was 84% white, 11% black, 4% Latinx, and 1% Asian. Less than 5% of the population was born in another country. And of the 535 members of Congress, just 5 were black, 4 were Asian, and 4 were Latinx. That means Congress was less than 3% people of color, and over 97% white. In the years that followed, waves of immigration changed the makeup of the United States. From 1965 to 2015, half of all U.S. immigrants came from Latin America, and 1/4 came from Asia. As a result, in 2015, the U.S. population was 62% white, 18% Latinx, 12% black, 6% Asian, and 2% other races. And about 14% of the population was born in another country. In 2016, 31% of eligible voters are people of color, the highest number in U.S. history. And Congress, currently comprising 17% people of color, is the most diverse it's ever been.
To simplify, America is an ideal place for all people of all races and genders because everyone is equal, which makes America seem like a great place to go.
In America, the culture is very big and broad because it is a big mix of ethnicities and religions from around the world. According to yourdictionary.com, America is a melting pot where immigrants and people from all over the world visit and live and share thoughts and ideas to create one big new culture. Being American is more like being a mix of other cultures because we get ideas, food, languages, and different lifestyles from all encounters and experiences with foreigners over time. An example of this are some of the holidays we have in America, like Mardi Gras and Christmas, whose origin are European. The feminine lifestyle is delegated differently in every country. American women noticed this, and they took note that in America there was also a perception that most had of what was appropriate and ladylike, and they noticed that their whole life was trying to live up to standard. And when women started thinking about this, they noticed that their other female acquaintances weren't very different because they couldn't have unique or jobs or experiences if they were considered a man's job. Betty Friedan in her book The Feminine Mystique also points out this feeling when she writes, "For over 15 years, the words written for women and the words women used to talk to each other while their husbands sat on the other side of the room and talked shop or politics or septic tanks were about problems with their children or how to keep their husbands happy or improve their children's school or cook chicken or make slipcovers." So after all these sudden realizations, American women came to the conclusion all of the standards made America the same way other countries were because their lives were written a certain way. So they wanted this to change. First off, so women could have more experiences to make their lives different, and so they could make America unique for the better. A blogger named Andrew Sullivan has explained how gender shouldn't be categorized to what is thought to be a male or female.
The question is kind and identity. The question deeper down is really also about nature. To what extent, for example, is being a man? I think the other thing that identity suggests is choice. And in fact, what people want to believe is greater and greater liberty for themselves, greater and greater individual autonomy. And that, as Peter would know even better, is really about wanting to be free from nature itself, which is a very Nietzschean idea about how the last men will behave, and we are behaving that way, in which everything, every aspect of being human is now a choice, a piece of clothing you put on, and most radically, of course, now with actual sex and gender.
And now, because of the women who stood and said something, our diversity has expanded and allowed for women to vote, get any job they desired, and now we can be more than a mother and a wife.